There we go. Recording back online, and then we'll continue with the game proper. So unfortunately I didn't get to actually... Didn't get the... Yay! Holy hell, these guys are host. Thanks, Slag. So, yeah, what was I saying? It wasn't anything important. But fortunately now, since I'm home, unfortunately it means that there will be streams less and they will be shorter, but it means that I can at the very least dictate my own stream times quite a bit easier. Like for example, I might not stream tomorrow, but I will stream on Saturday. Actually no, not on this Saturday, and not on this Sunday. Actually, I might this Sunday, I might stream. I probably will actually. Anyways, let us continue. I didn't get the patch working, so we're just gonna have to do with me reading them. Okay. I think we viewed all of the tips. I think we did. Stop saying it's been... Yeah. Yeah, we have seen this already. Yeah. Holy shit! One big cheer! My first cheer ever! Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. It means surprisingly much. It definitely cheers me up. Yeah. Horrible puns aside, let us continue. The next day was a strange day where Mion was desperate to regain her composure. Every time our eyes met, she would say that she had something to do or that she had to use the washroom and run off. Unable to just watch, Rena was taking care of her the entire time. Mion-san, she's acting totally strange today. I know the whole story, but it's hard to explain. There are times when girls are emotionally unstable. It's best to just leave her alone. Turning around, I saw Rena calling me from the hallway. I wondered what it was. Keiichi-kun, over here, over here. What is it calling me over like this? Is it a secret? That is... It looks like it was a disaster. Yeah. Michan seemed pretty broken, but I somehow got her working again. I'm surprised you managed it. How did you exactly? Same way I do with the television. Just command it from a 40-degree angle, 45-degree angle, and yeah. Think that she made a chopping motion. You know, I can't tell if you're joking or not, right? She'll be fine by tomorrow. Also, there's something I want you to do, Keiichi-kun. I didn't do anything wrong, but I still feel guilty. I'm listening. Thanks. You see, Michan is just going to pretend the last few days never happened. Never happened, huh? I see. Well, that's one way to run from it. So you see, Keiichi-kun, could you pretend too? Then Michan can go back to normal. Just doing something as simple as that. Is it really going to be okay? Please, until Michan gets her feelings in order, just go with it. Okay, I got it. Even though I shouldn't have been at fault, for some reason I felt guilty. The one at fault here was the one who knew about the entire situation and pretended to be Mion for an entire day. Shion. Ugh, but she never once said that she was Mion. Ugh, what am I supposed to be angry at? Seeing me stomping the ground impatiently, Rena giggled. But Keiichi-kun, you knew as well that Michan has some cute things about her. Rena talked in a calm voice as her hair rustled in the wind. Yeah, I know that she'll never let it be boring. Good. Following this curt reply, Rena looked up at the sky and stretched. As long as you realize that, Keiichi-kun, these past few days will soon be nothing more than a story to laugh about. Copying Rena, I also began to stretch as I looked at the sky. The clear sky towered into the distance. There's no club activities or anything today. I'm sorry, Keiichi-kun, but just for today, can you go home by yourself? It'll all be back to normal by tomorrow, so just for today, okay? If all it took for everything to go back to normal was to leave Mion alone for today, then it was an easy decision to make. Got it. I can't say it directly to Mion, so I'll say it to you. I still feel kind of guilty about it. I want to apologize. Ah, no. The root of the problem was Keiichi-kun saying something insensitive, right? So if you learned anything from this, you need to look a bit into gaining a sense of delicacy. Delicacy? Okay. Right, I'll try. I need to put on my reading glasses. That day was the shortest day of my life. And I was talking to Mion while accompanying her around the entire time. It looked really like a really fun conversation, so I had reflexively thought about joining in, but I had made a promise not to. It seemed that Mion was also trying her best to ignore me. So likewise, I did my best to ignore her. For the first time in a while, I ate lunch alone. Mion and Rena ate theirs by themselves. As I let out a sigh as in my ashen mood, Rika-chan came over and patted me on the head. I wish I could get headpats when I eat alone. That way I would get headpats every day. Ah, I'm jealous. Both Keiichi and me have learned a whole lot. I'd never say it like that. It made it sound like we were having a romantic problems. I didn't like that one bit. Hopefully the teacher wouldn't notice and call us to the staff room after school or something. I'm sure that Keiichi will grow up to be a wonderful adult. Pat. Rika-chan is the studious type, so maybe you'll grow up to be an amazingly wonderful adult. Of course, when I grow up, I'll be super amazing. When I grow up, I'll be an amazing lady, you know? No matter how old you get, you'll still be a brat. You can put money on it. Wow, what did you say? As Satoko snapped her fingers, wash basin fell from above, hitting me squarely in the head. Ow. What do you think you're doing, Satoko? Bang, smash, pinch, squeeze. It was a day I could thoroughly appreciate the value of having friends. That was a shorter chapter. Or shorter part of the chapter. Just 9 minutes long. Surprising. Today was Saturday, so school ended in the blink of an eye. It really felt good to go home with the sun so high in the sky. On any other day our club would have been up to mischief during our amble after school time, but today Rika-chan had a rehearsal for tomorrow's Watanagashi to go to. How is that going, Rika-chan? Do you have it down in practice? I'll try harder than last year. You were so exhausted and sweaty after last year's ceremony. She'll look far more fit for the role this year. Please look forward to the fruits of her training. The Watanagashi festival everyone had been talking about was tomorrow, wasn't it? The festival being in June felt a little early to me. On the onset of summer came quickly this year, so it fit the image of a summer festival pretty well. Okay, we'll be off then. Look forward to tomorrow. Good day to you all. Good day! Satoko and Rika-chan waved to us energetically and then left. You know, I never asked, where is the festival happening anyway? I don't remember there being anywhere around here that seemed suited for hosting one. They do it at the Furude shrine. We went there for a walk one day, remember? It was that place with a really good view. Oh right, I remember. There was a shrine all the way up on that hill, wasn't there? It seemed far too grand for Hinamizawa. There's a great meeting hall in the shrine too. The older people get together there and sing karaoke or practice calligraphy from time to time. It's more like a recreational facility than a simple shrine. I see. I guess it makes sense that it looks so grand then. Michan, is your family going to help set up today? Yep, we have male hands for that. Most of our relatives come from town to help. Male hands, huh? Well, I mean, I have nothing to do at home today, so... Would it be a problem if I squirmed my way in there to help out too? Huh? You want to help us, Kei-chan? Not if it'll bother you all. I was just kind of interested. We had pond dances and other festivals in the town I used to live in, but I didn't even know where they took place, much less wanted to help. You could say that I had absolutely no connection to the region. Having come to Hinamizawa though, it really made me feel like this place was a home that I had turned to. Before I knew it, I harbored a little interest in the small community activity of preparing for a festival the day before. Now excuse me, I need to drink. Okay. Day before. I wonder if you'll be able to, Keiichi-kun. There's a lot of building tents and setting up chairs. I hear it's pretty hard physical labor. I mean, I wouldn't be doing it alone, right? The more hands we have, the faster it'll go. Mia looked happy to hear that, but at the same time her expression was complex, tinged with a hesitation. Then I gave her the last push for me. It's decided then. You should go for it, Keiichi-kun. He's all yours, Mei-chan. Put him through the ringer. Well, I can't argue with the recommendation from Rana. Okay then, go home first, put on some work clothes and come to the shrine. Oh, and you might want to bring a towel to wipe your sweat too. Got it. I may look scrawny, but I actually quite like breaking a sweat under the hot sun. Careful you don't hurt your back, okay? Right, enough of my old man spiel. I'll go to the shrine too as soon as I've changed. Michan, you do your best too. Bye bye. Mion waved vigorously to us and left. As far as I could tell from her gallant retreating figure, she seemed to have recovered from the weak state she had yesterday. Girls are quick to get over things. Michan is already fine. Right. Her switching back to normal so cleanly really makes it easy for me to talk to her. It was kind of funny though, wasn't it? Kind of like Cinderella. Like you can't meet her anymore once the magic wears off. Rena began to giggle a fair bit in amusement. Did she like this sort of thing? Incidentally, me going along with it gave me a weird, hard to describe feeling. Did I turn myself into a plaything or did they do it for me? If you think it's so funny, then you should try pretending to be a different Rena too. Don't tempt her. Yeah, that sounds fun. Keiichi-kun, what kind of Rena would you want to meet? One with a bust size of at least 90. Huge knuckles that you're okay with me touching. I can't do that. It'd be great at cooking, make me lunch, and come to see me in the mornings. I do that already. I pull Rena's head into a tight grip, then start to pet it. You're Rena Ryugu, huh, right? Rena, not Reina. So just stay as Rena forever, got it? Thanks. Have fun helping set up the festival. You got it, let's meet up tomorrow. I got changed right away and slinging a towel around my neck like Mion suggested. I set off for the shrine. At the shrine, there were more people than you'd ever imagine even live in Hinamizawa there. All cordoning off areas and setting up tent frameworks, chatting amongst themselves as they did so. Right, alright, where is Mion? The liveliness of the throng didn't make it easy to look for her. I searched around as if I already worked there, and suddenly Principal Shrine Hype desu! And suddenly the principal called out to me. If it isn't my Barakun, interesting. Have you come to help with the Watanagashi setup? Oh, hello. Yes, I was just wondering if there was anything I could help with. How commendable your attitude is. Feel free to sweat to your heart's content. Spurred on by the principal, I came upon a group of people setting up tents. Oh, what's this? It's Maibara-chan. Did you come all this way to help us? I hadn't found Mion yet, but I suppose I'd just get in her way if I ran into her. Yeah, I'm here to help. Just tell me where you need me. You young ones have all the vitality. Here, grab some work gloves. Ever built a tent before? No, never. Delighting in teaching a new skill to someone younger, plenty of people happily taught me all sorts of things. Okay, kid, go inside the tent and tie up just the cords for the top. After that, we'll stand it up and tie the rest of them. Butterfly knots are okay, right? There and there. All done? We're standing it up. 1, 2, 3. What was once nothing more than a collapsed tent was raised on 4 splendid legs before my eyes in mere moments. Whoa, seeing it put together like this is actually pretty moving. Come on, no time to stare in wonder. We've got a lot more to do. We packed the tents in the truck, so go get them from there. They're heavy, so take someone with you. I'm good. I may look scrawny, but I'm actually pretty strong. Whoa! They look light enough, so I thought they were, but they are heavy. That's why I told you to have someone help. Come on, said the man, lifting it up with a grunt and taking it away under his arm. Either I'm weak or these old guys all have superhuman strength. Yeah, Keiichi sure is pretty helpful. He's definitely trying to help, at the very least. Hopefully not getting in the way. Yeah. I mean, if it's a village tradition, you suppose you'd help as well. Let's go. You're the youngest one here, so we're going to make you sweat for it. Do your best. Beer after work is the best. Yeah, Keiichi is pretty weak. I'm a minor. City-raised kids. I know that feeling. Considering that I was raised... I don't know. I was kind of raised in the countryside. Kind of. I've pulled a wagon before. Sweat dripped from my body. I had been fully and completely absorbed in helping them. I would never have... Beer after work is the best. It definitely is. I wish I could actually afford beer, or rather that my diet could actually hold beer, but my current diet is so that I cannot drink at all. Or I should drink as little as possible. So no drinking for me. That's fun. A lot of fun. I would never have thought the cold barley tea from the Women's Society could taste this delicious. You're so young. Make sure you drink a lot. Thank you. It was then that I realized a crowd had formed near the shrine a ways off. When I took a closer look, I saw a girl dressed in shrine maiden garb, and a handful of old men looking like they were preparing for the ceremony together. That Rika-chan? Hey, Rika-chan! Do your best! I shouted, and it seemed like she heard me. Rika-chan, positively exploding with vitality, answered with a smile. The older guys with me watched Rika-chan as well, with distant gazes. Rika-chan is doing a great job. She seems far more used to this than she did last year. The old lady who gave me the tea clasped what looked like prayer beads in her hands and said, Rika-sama, we thank you, we thank you. And just like that began to respectfully pray to her. Huh? I just remembered that they called it the Furude Shrine. Wasn't Rika-chan's full name Rika Furude? The man standing next to me answered my question. That's right. Rika-chan's Furude clan is ancient and honorable and has worshipped Oyashiro-sama for generations. Huh? I'd always gotten the feeling she wasn't quite your average person, but it turned out she was from an esteemed family. After her father, who was the shrine priest, died the year before the last, she's really been doing her best to learn the rituals. I wish the priest could have been here to see how wonderfully she's grown up. What? Rika-chan's father passed away? Okay, break time is over. Let's get the chairs we are not using back to the gym in Okinomiya. Maki-san, pull the truck around here and take a few people with. Alright, Mabrakun, let's get to work on one last job. Yeah. You're gonna make me do more work? I can't tell me if they know I'm a minor or not, but the older man all cheer me on, encouraging me to do my best, and that beer will be great. Kei-chan, working hard, I see. I passed by Mion. She was carrying a big cardboard box. It looked like she was right in the middle of working as well. Judging by the sweat seeping into her shirt, it seemed like I wasn't the only one with his hands full. Yeah, I'm working my ass off. You work hard too. The beer's gonna be great. we worked to the bone until the sun began to set and it started cooling off. Delicious beer, I mean water. It was soon full-fledged night, and the clear sound of the Higurashi eased the moderate pain I felt. The older guys began their night before drinking party in a tent a fair bit off, causing quite a ruckus. The shrine grounds, on the other hand, had turned into a lonely road, tickled by the cool evening breeze, despite being so festive just a little while ago. The wind felt good. I leaned on one of the stone guardian dogs at the front of the shrine. I gave my legs a good stretch as I let my mind wander, and suddenly a paper cup filled with barley tea was thrust before me. Kei-chan, great work. Here's some tea for you. You're so considerate. Thanks. Her voice sounded exactly the same, but it felt somehow different. Wait, you're... Hey, it's Shion. Don't go giving Mion all the credit. She isn't considerate at all. Don't get us confused, okay? Shion, you little... Now that I've got you, you're not getting away. Ahaha, it was your mistake, Kei-chan. I've never said I was anyone other than Shion. I can't remember anything that happens during this Watanagashi, but I think someone will die. Because that's always going to happen. But other than that, I have no predictions. And I have no recollection of what happens. So, yeah. I was anyone other than Shion. I guess I can't argue with that. Hehe. That's right, you're no match for my older sister, so I can't let you be match for me either. Anyway, your tea. It's going to get warm. Come on, please cheer up. I'm trying to make it up to you with this tea. Well, she did come all the way here to give it to me. I guess I'll accept it. I took the cup and downed it in one gulp. And then suddenly, I heard a loud shout and it got stuck in my... A loud shout and it got stuck in my throat. Who will be the curses? For some reason I have a feeling that Satoko will be one of the curse victims. But that's just a wild prediction. So, no, it's gonna be Shion actually. Shion's probably going to be one of those. But the other one I have no clue of. So, I have a strong feeling about Shion, but that's about all. And it got stuck in my throat. Cough, cough, hack. Which one is it this time? Is it the real Mion? Shion, why are you hanging out with Kei-chan again? Because unlike you, I'm very considerate. Kei-chan was so sweaty, I couldn't leave him alone, so I brought him some tea. By the way, why are you holding 2 cups of tea? Mion's face went bright red and she tried to hide the paper cups behind her back. Well, this is... There's no way you, such a rough, timid, good sister of mine, would ever briskly bring a male classmate tea, is there? I like how freaking... I like how Shion looks here. It's just such a devious smile. I like how devious she looks. So what are they? What are those 2 cups of tea? These are, well, right. I was just so thirsty I figured I'd drink 2. That's so like you. Come on, chug, chug. As Shion cheered at her, Mion down both the cups of tea, one after the other. Ugh, cough, cough. What a fabulous drink that was. I expected nothing less from you. Kei-chan, you give her a hand too. Wait, suddenly this situation has gotten unbelievable. Mion doesn't usually get manipulated so easily like that. I've known for a while now, but Shion is terrifying. Mion, you can't hold your own against Shion? I hate her, and lately I hate her even more. Just then I heard the snap of a camera shutter. Oh, look at that. Tomitake and... the nurse. Good evening. The festival is coming up tomorrow. Thanks for all your hard work setting up today. Good evening. Oh, Shion-chan. It's quite unusual for you to come here. Hey, it's Tomitake and Takano-san. Good evening, it's been a while, hasn't it? So you're the transfer student I've been hearing about, Keiichi Maibara-kun, right? You really did a bang-up job today, I'm impressed. I feel like I've seen this photographer guy before. Have we met before? I'm glad you remembered. We've passed by many times on the road, Keiichi-kun. I'm Tomitake. I'm a freelancing photographer from Tokyo. Then do you recognize me? I'm sorry, but I don't. Tomitake is really freaking... Like, that's the ideal... male ideal body. I'd be really glad if I eventually got the... Like, I've been going to the gym now for... Well, only for 3 days, but I wish I would eventually get those kinds of muscles that look really cool. It'd be good for my self-image. She's Mio Takano-san. You remember when you were at the doctor's office when you still had a cold, Kei-chan? Mio-san is one of the nurses who works there. Call me Takano. I'm pleased to meet you. I wonder if she squeezed over them like in the shrine storeroom. That's very thoughtful of you. Tomitake-san seemed to be quite entertained at the Sonosaki twins being in the same place, and he took a picture after picture. I've heard about them, but it's the first time I've actually seen a pair of identical twins. You really do look exactly alike. We're not just alike on the outside, see our underwear matches too. Okay. Yeah, non-stop working out. Yeah, just 90 days. So it's only 87 more days. Okay, that's definitely doable. Definitely. So, just gotta keep working out, I suppose. Where's my weights? There are my weights. Oh yeah. This is really light compared to what I lifted in the gym. Yeah, this is not doing anything for me. Oh well. It'd be cool to cosplay as Tomitake though. Yeah, you idiot, what the heck are you doing? Things have never been as lively as when the two of them are together. I thought they were exactly the same at first, but I've started to get a handle on which one is which. Mion is Mion and Shion, well, he seems a far better actor than Mion was. In the first place, somebody that could spurn Mion so easily wouldn't have shown such weakness to those large pockets at Angel Mord. If that was the case, then that cowardly behavior from that day was all. It was all a complete act. They were even more alike when they were little. I hear even their parents had a hard time telling which was which. That's really easy to imagine. I totally understand that what they must have gone through. Takano gave me kind of an odd look, but explaining would have been a pain, so I didn't bother. Tomitake, are you going straight back to Tokyo after you get your pictures for the festival? Yep, I thought I would rather just stay here forever. Yeah. That's gonna be a lovely little stream that I could do. That's gonna be only like 3 months away. Only 3 months. Jesus Christ. Oh boy. That's gonna be a long while. Yep, though I would rather just stay here forever. Silly adult things, that's all. Hope your photos win a fabulous prize soon. I've been praying for it. Thanks. Next time I come, I'll bring the pictures I took of you all today. Mabara-kun, you did a lot of work today. You must be tired from all the physical labor you're not used to. Well, I'm tired, but it was still pretty fun. Ah, youth, I'm so jealous. Takano-san smiled with an adult elegance that no one in my circle of friends possessed. The wind caught her hair. She gives off an intelligent beauty. Oh, why? Hello, everyone! Oh, hello, Oishi! It seemed like our merry crowd was standing out. This time, an overweight, older man addressed us. And again, it was someone I thought I knew. If I recalled correctly, he's a policeman, isn't he? Oh, Oishi-san. Good evening. Doing a preliminary security inspection for tomorrow. Something like that. Oh, if it isn't Tomitake-san. It certainly has been a while. Yeah. Okay, once I can take down 3 people, I can start that stream. So I just gotta get good at fighting. I mean, I just gotta get more buff. That won't be too hard, I suppose. I'm gonna take like 3, only like 3 guys at once. That's surprisingly easy, all things considered. Maybe. The more I think about it, the less easy it seems. I'm honored you remembered my name. You really do love Hinamizawa, don't you? The apartments around here are far cheaper than the ones in Tokyo. You should just move here and get it over with. I know a realtor I can introduce you to. I appreciate the thought. Ah, blowing out my throat. Well, that's something that I'm already doing, so that's... I think I'm already one step on towards that, so... yeah. That's far easier to accomplish. I appreciate the thought. I'd very much like to follow up on that. Ah ha 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 ha. Alright everyone, have a good year. And Happy New Year to the Zonosaki twins too. Happy New Year, Detective Oishi. We appreciate your work. We'd like to end this year's festival with the least amount of inconvenience possible. That's pretty strict on me. Detective Oishi left us with a low laugh and headed off to talk to some police officers standing a ways away. I gave Mion a glance and I saw her making an annoyed face as if she were glaring bullets at someone she hated. Yeah, it'd be nice if the police didn't have to do anything during the Watanagashi this year. You like this place too, don't you? You mean to say you dislike it, Jiro-san? I quite enjoy such fantastic stories, you know. Especially with the times being so dry and uninteresting. The curse of Oyashiro-sama, you mean? Curse, Tomitake-san used a troubling word. Then suddenly someone tugged on my arm. Kei-chan, I'm pretty hungry. Wanna go to the tent with the drinks and have some candy and sweets? I'm up for that. I've gotten a little hungry as well. Well, what a good good distraction from that. Nothing bad will happen in this arc, right? Nothing bad. Nothing bad at all. Nothing bad at all. Okay, let's go. A moment later, Shion said something to Takano and Tomitake that stung my ears and gave me a start. I wonder who will die and who will disappear this year. I pulled back from Mion's grip and stopped abruptly. Shion, what did he just say? It felt like the air around us dried out all of a sudden. Let's go, Kei-chan. They're talking about something silly anyway. You still haven't told Kei-chan? I make it a point not to spread stories like that. Shion's cold and quiet tone and Mion's harsh voice were quite the contrast. Wait, hold on. What are you talking about? If you know something, then tell me. It doesn't feel right being the only one left out, you know? I don't understand this. Someone explain it to me. However, Mion didn't seem to be at all willing to grant my request. She squeezed my hand in hers a bit, but when she realized I could I would hold my ground on this topic. She let go. He let go. I'll go to the drinking tent first then. If you don't come soon, Kei-chan, there won't be any left for you. Ah, I get it already. I'll be there soon. Neon left, trotting towards a particularly noisy tent on the other side of the shrine grounds. Before she got there, she stopped and turned back around. I showed no signs of going after her though she ran off. I could tell you if you haven't heard, I suppose. But it might be smarter not to ask and go with her and go with her and eat dessert and go with her to eat dessert. Hey now, you've already gotten my full attention here. I'm not going to leave without asking at this point. I think Kei-chan has right to hear this too. My sister was just stealing that from you. Mion's voice was bristling with thorns, as if somehow blaming Mion. What on earth are you talking about? I don't really like people acting so self-important. Takano-san, realizing how prepared I was, looked across the group. After confirming that there were no objections, she opened her mouth. Do you believe in curses, Mahabara-kun? Curses? I think they're interesting, but I don't really. I felt their cynical stares and winced. It was like they were telling me it was stranger not to believe in curses. You're not wrong, Kei-chan. Curses are just superstition. It's only natural that you wouldn't believe in them. Besides, you can take all the time you need to decide whether you to believe in curses after you've heard us through, said Takano-san, giving a little smile. They're trying to scare me. At least that's what it feels like. Alright, I'll start. Hey, Chikun. Do you know about the Hinamizawa Dam project? Oh yeah, the other day at Angel Mort, Shion, or Mion rather, told me all about it. You mean the plan for the giant dam that would flood all of Hinamizawa, right? That's right. Residents of the town banded together to fight it, and a fierce battle with the government unfolded. I've heard that too. The entire village united, using all the power at their disposal, mass media, political influence and other things, and fought the country. The way Mion described it made it sound like a boast. Oh, you know quite a bit about it. Yes, you're right. Practically an epic tale of how just 1,000 or so villagers banded together and rejected the government's plans. Did you hear this from my sister? She likes those kinds of epics, you know. Yeah, he told me. There was, however, an office for the Hinamizawa residents' opposition. An office for the Hinamizawa residents' opposition faction. It was this shrine. You know the assembly hall? That's where it used to be. Now that the whole thing is over, senior citizens just use it for group activities. At the same time, though, it was their last bastion. Takano-san explained this, pointing a finger towards the assembly hall. I had been carrying things in and out of there all day. I mean, I would understand if they put an office like that in the mayor's house or something. But having an office on shrine grounds made it feel like a base camp for Sengoku period warriors. Period warriors. L. Lul. That was basically the mindset, though. Placing the main force in the shrine dedicated to Oyashiro-sama, Hinamizawa's guardian deity, was like a prayer for victory. Oyashiro-sama. That was definitely it. They mentioned Oyashiro-sama's curse before. Is it the same Oyashiro-sama? Do you know about Oyashiro-sama, Keiichi-kun? And it's the name of the god worshipped at this shrine. It's said that he protects all of Hinamizawa. Well, I don't really know much about him. I see, I think Takano-san knows more about the rest. Tag, you're it. Well, that is generally the whole story. Oyashiro-sama is the ancient god passed down in Hinamizawa, and the villagers say he has been protecting this sanctuary from the poisons of the outside world. So essentially, he's a basic standard guardian deity. I guess you can find that sort of god anywhere you go. There's research into whether worshipping Oyashiro-sama is a manifestation of kind of elitism too. What I mean is that the worshippers might think of themselves as chosen people. Believing yourself chosen, a nationalistic belief that you're part of a superior race or that you're a special clan chosen by the gods. They believe that they are a superior clan, so they believe strongly in cooperating with others, but they also end up being exclusionary towards other clans. I won't go into too much detail, but it's sort of national and religious ideas that lead to war. Of course, that goes for Japan too. A long time ago, the people of Hinamizawa strongly believed themselves different from humans, that they were above them. They believed that the interaction with the lower world would sully their souls. So everyone believed that if one from the lower world came to village, they would be sullied and suffer the wrath of Oyashiro-sama. Apparently that kept everyone away. Villages that hate outsiders come up all the time in Kindaichi novels. This was once a run-of-the-mill village of xenophobes. Well, they'll deny it to preserve their pride. It was a long time ago, after all. Things are different now. Kion followed up quickly, having sensed the thorns in Tomitake-san's words. Tomitake-san, embarrassed at what he said, scratched at his head. So this shrine worships Oyashiro-sama, thinks Hinamizawa has holy ground and is a symbol of their traditional hatred of the outside world. I get it. So that's why they chose the shrine of Hinamizawa's guardian spirit as their base of operations. To resist the Suli Dam construction project that came from the outside. Correct, smiled Takano, pleased. He must dislike stupid people. Superstition, every last bit of it. With the villagers gave everything, desperate to oppose the dam construction. And right in the midst of it, the incident drove home the finishing blow. Oyashiro-sama's curse. The person managing the construction site of the Hinamizawa Dam was murdered. 4 years ago, I believe. It took the newspapers by storm. Do you remember it? Not really. He had a fight with a subordinate and he was beaten to death with a pickaxe. His limbs and head were torn off and the remains disposed of. One of those dismemberment homicide. They were all the rage at one point. Such a gruesome incident. But it was just that, an incident. A person caused the incident after all. Should they really put it down to the curse? Then the following year, the man who had organized Hinamizawa group of dam proponents. He fell from a cliff while on a vacation and died. Apparently it was an accident. Of course, most of Hinamizawa was hostile towards him. The police were all over the case as if it were a homicide, but in the end it was judged to have been an accident. Now it's an accident. This is the most curse-like one, but it's still far-fetched. Then on the next year, this time the priest of this shrine contracted an unknown illness and suddenly died. This may sound a little rude, but the old priest was kind of wait-and-see type. The whole village was in uproar about the dam, but he just kind of didn't seem to want to bother. The shrine was the symbol of the opposition movement, and its priest, well, his attitude worked against him. The villagers at the time had hoped for a leader, but their hopes were betrayed. Some people were apparently pretty angry too. So at the time, all the older people were like, "This is Oyashiro-sama's curse." That's what they said. It did seem like every year dam-related people the village had resentment towards were dying. It was pretty creepy. Oh, and also, It's interesting, all of these incidents and accidents always happen on the night of the Watanagashi festival. What? See, starting to sound like a curse now, isn't it? Then the year after that. In other words, last year, the sister-in-law of the man who was leader of the dam proponents, the one who accidentally died, was discovered dead, having been beaten to death. Of course they caught that criminal. See? Really seems like a curse, huh? 4 years in a row. Each one of the incidents and accidents were relatively commonplace. But every single one of them happening on the night of the festival worshipping Oyashiro-sama, that's not normal. Old folks must have been blindly accepting Oyashiro-sama's curse because of the incidents these past few years. Even younger people too. At first they thought it was stupid, but now nobody makes fun of it. I can see where she's coming from. Even me, even if I didn't think there was a curse at all, thinking about all the incidents like this makes me feel like maybe it's real. For example, just look at the preparations for the festival you were doing today. Everything might have gone crazy during the battle against the dam, but just a few years ago the Watanagashi festival was never this well attended. Well, I guess you're right. Why is she smirking like that? If we didn't have Oyashiro-sama to talk about, we wouldn't be all coming to the festival like this. Huh? There's a lot of people who say that infidels might be punished, so they really need to go to Oyashiro-sama's festival. Kion nodded as if she were mocking herself. So how about now? Keiichi-kun was starting to get the feeling that maybe, just maybe, the curse is real, aren't you? I mean, you can't just laugh off people related to the dam construction project all dying like that. Even if I feel like this now, then the more superstitious members of the village must feel stronger than that. Well, I mean, I still don't think there's a curse. I can understand that those that believe there is, though. Wow, Kei-chan, you can really keep a cool head about this. Kion grinned, realizing I'd rejected the curse. If it's neither a curse nor a coincidence, then what should we make of these incidents? Takano-san said, smiling playfully as if posing a riddle. Neither a curse nor a coincidence. But every year someone dies. What should we make of that then? Tomitake-san, catching on to the fact that I had no idea what to make of it, opened his mouth and came to my aid. Takano-san is suggesting that it might be a work of real people. And that's gonna be a... is the chapter going to end soon? Do you know? Or do you remember? It might be a good time to take a little bit of a break here. House leg already left. Oh, okay. That might be actually a good place to end now, so... yeah, let's change to StarCraft next.